Boom, what is up guys, welcome back to Trafford Talk. Now, as part of a new series, as well as me doing Premier League predictions, I'm also going to pick one channel at random each week and watch their prediction video and just make a full analysis and compare it to mine. Obviously I can't remember what my predictions were off the top of my head, so I would have to go back to my video and have a look. But the channel I have chosen to pick this week is none other than the Full 90. He is a decent channel. I've watched some of his videos and I'm going to be watching some of his predictions and see how it fares up against mine. So let's get it underway.
Manchester United drew 1-1 with West Ham as predicted. Liverpool
Huge shout out to the Full 90. Get over to his Patreon.
The perks. But yes, things are hotting up in the Premier League, so make sure you drop a like, hype the video, and subscribe down below. And please do leave a comment. I love comments, even if you completely disagree with me. Like this comment that said I was being biased
for saying that Man United wouldn't beat West Ham, but Liverpool would win away at Sunderland. They thought that was biased. I personally thought that was fairly reasonable.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I do my best to not be biased in these videos. I just had always felt that Man United were going to draw to West Ham, and I didn't think Sunderland were going to go unbeaten at home all season. Sue me.
Turns out I was correct, but there we go. Leave your predictions down in the comments, and let's get straight into the first game. And it's a big one at Villa Park.
First game is Aston Villa up against Leeds, and this is a very exciting one. Leeds have been a really enjoyable team to watch this season. They actually came back to draw 2-2 with Chelsea after going 2-0 down, which is a phenomenal result. Aston Villa did get the win 2-0 at home against Brighton, as we predicted. I think this is going to be a spicy one, an intriguing one, but I am going to have to side with Aston Villa, even though they're definitely not at full strength, and Leeds have some great players. Like Okafor, I think he's probably one of my favourite Leeds players. I like the look of him. I do think Leeds can cause Aston Villa some problems, but ultimately, I'm going to go for Aston Villa to win 2-1.
Yeah, much respect for 90. He's got ball knowledge, because I was sitting on the fence. I was either going to go 2-2, but for the opening game, I didn't want to sit like go for a Desmond, and I didn't want to, I didn't want to just go for a flat out draw. So I decided to go 2-1 to Villa. So I agree with him on that one. Yeah.
The tip is both teams to score at 1.75. I do like
both teams to score. It's always good because the reason is I think Aston Villa are the better team to win at home. But like I said, Leeds can definitely cause some problems.
That is exactly what I said.
3 goals up. Leeds were still in the game. They still got a point, and I honestly, who knows, could see this going either way. I'm expecting a home win, but both teams to score.
Mad, because it's mad, innit? Like when you start seeing somebody else's predictions, the predictions that you made actually come back into your head. It's mad because I couldn't think of them at the start before I started the video. But as soon as he started making his predictions, I was on the ball, and I was just bang, left, right, and I can remember my predictions near enough. So let's continue.
In my eyes, is the best value for the tip. After this, we travel to the G-Tech Community Stadium for Brentford up against Brighton.
This is going to be a game with goals. I just feel like it's coming. I know Brighton had that lower scoring game against Aston Villa last week. Brentford, they managed to get a point from Arsenal, which is very, very good, especially going 1-0 down to Arsenal. When teams go 1-0 down, they don't come back against Arsenal.
No. And Brentford did, so that's a phenomenal point for them. I thought about going for a draw here, but to be honest, Brighton
recently and honestly for the season have been underperforming to too much of an extent. So I'm going to go for a high-scoring game and say that Brentford win this one 3-2, and the tip is going to be over.
I can't remember what I predicted. I think it was 2-1, but I did have Brentford winning.
Over 2.5 goals at 1.8. I've left it at over 2.5 because I think 1.8 is more than generous enough. Generally speaking, if I think a game's going to have a lot of goals in it, I'd go for BTTS and over. But here, the odds require that
I don't have to, because the odds are already so good. So I think Brentford win, and I'm going for a high scoring game.
After this, we do travel to Stamford Bridge for Chelsea up against Burnley.
No, I did. I think I said 4-1 Chelsea or 3-1 Chelsea. I think that was after Burnley had lost in the FA Cup to Mansfield Town. Yeah, I did. I think it was 3 or 4-1. I backed Chelsea. So I watched Stockton earlier and he said 2-2. It could happen. Chelsea do slip up at home from time to time, but they have been on a decent bit of form recently. So, yeah, anyway, enough of that. Let's continue.
Now, in my head, Chelsea win this relatively
comfortably, and you'll see that based on the tip. But then I had to think, right, are Chelsea going to keep a clean sheet or are they going to concede? Because initially I looked at this and thought 2 or 3-0, but I thought, you know what? No, I think Chelsea, they've got some leakages in them. I think they could concede. And Burnley, they went 2-0 down against Crystal Palace and still within the first half went 3-2 up and then held it out for the rest of the game and won 3-2. So Burnley are capable of getting a goal. Chelsea are capable of conceding a goal. So I'm going to go for a Chelsea 3-1 win.
Yes. Yes. This guy has got ball knowledge. This guy knows his stuff. It's all we're in sync. Apart from the second game, I haven't watched all this video yet. But the first 3 games, 2 of them we predicted the same. And I totally agree. I said the same thing. I can see Chelsea conceding a goal because they can't go again. They normally don't go a game without conceding. That's their one weak standpoint. They're not very strong in defence. Their midfield and their attack is unbelievable, but the defence is a bit shaky. It's a bit flaky from time to time. But yeah, I absolutely agree with this guy. Do remember to subscribe to the 490. He's an absolute legend of a predictor. I've seen his videos before, but I'm just picking one random video from each week and I'm going to be reacting to them and seeing if their predictions are anything like mine. Anyway, back to the video.
really put the fire up underneath them.
They've got to get a result here. And Burnley, they're obviously going to go down, so Chelsea have to take this advantage and take the win when they can, because I think they are going to have harder games coming up than Burnley at Stamford Bridge. Now, after this, we travel to the London Stadium for West Ham up against Bournemouth.
Now, this was my first upset of the weekend. I said West Ham 2-1 because of the form they're on at the moment. They're on a decent run of form, especially taking 2 points off United. Well, it weren't like we scored first, so basically we took 2 points from West Ham. But they need this game, and I said 2-1 West Ham. So let's see what he says.
Bournemouth, they're a decent team. They are a decent team.
They beat Everton at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, which at the start of the season was a great ground for Everton. They were getting great results, but now not so much. Everton tend to do better on the road. And West Ham, they got the 1-1 draw with Man United, and they were seconds away, minute at best, from winning 1-0 against Manchester United. I knew they'd turn up. They always turn up against Manchester United. This one is going to be tricky. I think Bournemouth have been performing slightly better this season, but honestly, if we look at the 2 squads, I'd put West Ham and Bournemouth on a similar sort of level, both around the kind of mid-table sort of range. West Ham have just been underperforming this season, but as of recently, have been picking up results. So, honestly, I don't know which way this one's going to go, and the last 5 Premier League meetings between these 2 sides have ended in a draw, and that is the kind of trend you do have to somewhat pay attention to. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to be a draw, I'm not going to tip a draw, but I am going to predict one. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. The tip is both teams.
Joe, fair enough. Like I said 2-1 West Ham because I want to see Tottenham really fight for that fight in the relegation battle. But it's one of those, isn't it? I do agree with him to some degree. I think I did say it could have been a 2-2. It could be a draw, but I did back West Ham, and I still stand by it. I still think West Ham are the better team on paper, and they have been picking up some decent results over the past couple of weeks. So, I don't fully hate that prediction, but Anyway, let's continue.
Teams to score 1.5, regardless of anything else I've just said.
Bournemouth away from home, there's going to be goals. be scoring. West Ham will score. I think both teams to score is absolutely nailed on. Now, after this, we travel to the Etihad for Manchester City up against Newcastle. A rematch, I guess you could say, of the recent Carabao Cup semi-final. The semi-final where
Man City absolutely battered Newcastle. And honestly, Man City just looked to be in a better spot than Newcastle. Man City are chasing down Arsenal for the title, and Newcastle just
around mid-table. Their season is reliant on one, the Champions League, and two, finishing higher than Sunderland. That's what they're trying to do this year. So I think Manchester City are going to win this one. And Man City haven't lost to Newcastle in the Premier League since the year 2000, when Alan Shearer scored the winner, a 1-0 win for Newcastle. Man City always win at the Etihad, and I think it carries on here. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win. The tip is
I think I said 3-1. I agree with that.
But it does allow for a 2-0, because I think at this stage of the season, especially against a decent team like Newcastle, Man City will be happy with anything. A 1-0, a 2-0.
just a win. That's all they need. I think goal difference, they don't really mind too much about. At this point, they just need to get the win. So I'm going for it. After this, we travel to Selhurst Park for Crystal Palace up against Wolves. Palace are going and then they went off.
Wolverhampton Wanderers, any hope of a resurgence? Their unbeaten start to 2020, crashing down when they left City. They haven't won since. Obviously, they are still in the FA Cup, so maybe they can prepare for the Championship, because we know they're getting relegated. They just need to break Derby's point record, ideally, and go for a little cup run. Who knows? You never know. But this game, I think it's going to be a step too far. Although Palace have won 5 of their last 6 meetings against Wolves, and they've only drawn 1. They didn't lose any. So that's a lot of points. 16 points from 18. I can't see it going any other way. So I'm going to go for a Crystal Palace 1-0 win. And the tip is Crystal Palace to win at 1.57. The odds are pretty low, but I think it's fairly likely.
I think I said a draw or 2-1 Crystal Palace.
To the City ground for Nottingham Forest up against.
Now, I backed Forest. I said Forest 1-0.
Liverpool. Now, this one is very intriguing, because Nottingham Forest, obviously they're in a relegation battle, for one. Had their win against West Ham gone the other way, which they very easily could have done. They'd be in the relegation zone. But also, they went and spanked Liverpool 3-0 at Anfield in the reverse fixture earlier on this season. So I think Liverpool will come here with a vengeance. Liverpool definitely still have something to play for. They're chasing Champions League spots, and because of their poor run of form earlier on in the season, they are not guaranteed Champions League, because the likes of Chelsea and Man United currently occupy those places. So I do think Liverpool will look to get revenge for the 3-0 loss to Anfield, and I think they're going to get it. Just like I tipped Liverpool to beat Sunderland away from home, this fixture is not as hard as that. So I'm going for a Liverpool 1-0 win, and the tip...
See, he went 1-0. I went Forest 1-0, and I can't see Liverpool winning this game at all. I can see them maybe getting a draw, but not winning this game.
Is Liverpool to win at 1.8. Apparently,
it's less likely that Liverpool win at the City ground here than it was for them to win at the Stadium of Light last time. 1.72 that was. Make that make sense. I genuinely don't understand it, so I'm going for a Liverpool win. After this, we do travel to the Stadium of Light for Sunderland up against Fulham. And now, I think Sunderland can just continue doing what they've been doing all season. It's not like they've got that monkey on the back of, oh, we must not lose at home, we've got to maintain this record. That's gone. They can just take what it is and what it is a great season for them. And it's also a season where they are playing very well at home. So I think they will get something from this game. However, Fulham are unbeaten against Sunderland in their last 4 meetings, so I think this could very well be a draw and they could cancel each other out.
I said 2-0. I said 2-0 Sunderland or 2-1.
So go for a 1-1 draw, but
nah.
I think
at home, I know it was Liverpool, but Sunderland should have got something against Liverpool in that game. For me, Liverpool were very lucky to get a win. Sunderland are definitely going to beat Fulham at home as well. There's no way they lose this game.
Video, it's both teams to score and under 3.5 goals at 2.87, because that means it has to be 1-1 or 2-1 either way, and I could see it being 2-1 either way. Who knows? We might see, now that Sunderland have lost that unbeaten streak at home, that they lose again. It could happen. Fulham are a weird team like that, but ultimately I'm going to go for that 1-1 draw. After this, it is a massive game. It is the North London derby. It is Tottenham up against Arsenal.
I said Tottenham 2-1, and that's just showing the recent Premier League results, really. Tottenham at home, They got a 2-2 draw with Man City, and they could have won it, and they should have won it really. That's why I backed them to beat Arsenal 2-1 because it's just a bit of a rocky sort of game in it really. So let's see what he has to say.
But before we get into that, real quick, flashing up on the screen are all the people that are supporting me over
the Patreon. Now, what can you get if you sign up? There's a lot you can get. First of all, you get entrance into the $100 giveaway, the winner of which I'll be announcing in the next week's Premier League prediction episode. You also get exclusive members, tips, and accumulators, access to the group chats, direct messaging access to me, as I've said before, and you get my league-on predictions as well, which are exclusive over on Patreon. I don't even post those on the YouTube members tab. That is a Patreon exclusive. So if you want all of that, you want the shout out, click the Patreon link using the description down below. But back to the North London derby, it's Tottenham up against Arsenal. Arsenal own Tottenham. Let's be real, Arsenal have won the last 4 Premier League North London derbies and haven't lost to Spurs since 2022. They did lose to them in 2025 in a pre-season friendly, but I'm not really going to count that. Arsenal are just better than Tottenham. Tottenham really don't play very well at home, so I think Arsenal are going to get a win, and I'm going to go for a 2-0. I'm fairly confident on that. I think Arsenal are really solid. The tip is going to be Arsenal to win because the odds are 1.57, and I think the odds are pretty good. Like I said, Tottenham just haven't beaten Arsenal.
I went for an upset.
And Arsenal,
I could see it happening, you know.
Rivalry aside, they are just way better. Squad depth, quality, it's all there. Momentum, it's all there. Now, while I'm recording this, they play Wolves tonight. I do expect them to get the job done. I swear, if you're watching this video and you guys know that Arsenal lost to Wolves, I'll be fuming. Oh my God, bro.
Imagine being able to build it. Nap with your name on it, just like me.
Meet base 40. I expect Arsenal to beat Tottenham. The final game of the game week is Everton up against Manchester United at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Now, this is a very intriguing one because Man United lost to Everton at Old Trafford 1-0. And let's be honest, they were very unlucky to lose at Old Trafford given the circumstances. They were literally up against 10 men for 80 minutes of the game after Njai got sent off. And I think what they're going to do here, they could shake off the draw against West Ham and get the win because they are still in the best form in the league. They're unbeaten in 5, winning 4 of those games. I think because of the whole buzz around the haircut challenge, the 5 wins in a row, a lot of people saw that draw as a bad loss. And the haircut and the fact that the guy hasn't cut his hair has become synonymous with Man United losing and being a bad team. But they're unbeaten in 5 and they've picked up 13 points. So if we forget that for a while, and a lot of people will till it gets to...
I said 2-0 United.
Man United are a good side, and West Ham at home, when they play up for it against Man United, they're hard to beat. So Man United definitely have the talent and have the players to be able to go and win this game. So part of me, I was toying with a 1-1 or a 2-2 draw, but I think the draw is not as bad as people made out for Man United. It's a good result, and I'm going to go for them to get revenge here and go for a 2-1 win. The tip, however...
Fair enough. I didn't say Everton to get a goal, but I'll take 2-1.
Is over 2.5 goals at 1.72. I like overs with the players that Man United have. They have such great attacking talent. And Bruno and Cunha and Bruno Fernandes, those 3 just spring to mind immediately. Absolutely quality. And Man United, they've got Champions League football to play for, and that's when teams that are flirting with Champions League and not, like Man United, like Tottenham and everyone like that, that's when things get serious for a club. When they can secure Champions League football, they can maybe secure some more funding, attract better players, and that's how you build. So I think Man United can get a win here. I'm going to go for 2-1, and like I said, the ticker is over 2.5 goals. So that is going to do it for this video. So many exciting fixtures, so please do let me know your predictions down in the comments. Whilst you're down there, please do like and hype the video. Subscribe to join us on the road to 60,000 subscribers, and I will see you in the next video very soon.
Yeah, guys, there we go. There's the video all completed. I agree with like 80% of his predictions there. A couple of them were long shots that I was going for, but I do agree with the majority of his predictions. Some of them he got right, some of them he got, well, not right because we don't know the games yet, but some of them he predicted the same as me. And it just shows, like, you're not influenced by anybody else's predictions. Your predictions are your own. And I think his predictions are pretty solid, really. I went for a Tottenham win over Arsenal and a Nottingham Forest win over Liverpool, just to switch it up, just to make it something different. If you please can, guys, do remember to like and subscribe to Trafford Talks, hype as well if you can, and make your way over to the main guy, the 490, and join his Patreon, like, subscribe, and share his YouTube channel, and help get him to 60,000 subscribers. He's an absolute legend. And yeah, guys, that is it. And until next week, my next set of predictions, and of course, I will be doing a live stream watch along of Manchester United versus Everton on Monday. And until then, and then until my next Premier League predictions video and my reaction to another random YouTube channel's predictions video, keep marching on, United, and peace.